gentlemen, to Contest of Speed. We're here in Qatar for the Grand Prix in AM1. Here to continue on the championship, what has been a exciting championship for the top tier in the American side. Let's take a look at the track map tonight. Got 5.793 kilometers, 3.599 miles. Oh, this is definitely not the right track map. This is Monza. Hang on. We'll scratch that. We're actually in Qatar, not in Monza. That was looking a little bit weird when I pulled that up. No wonder. But what we do have that's accurate. We got some standings. Take a look at how the AM1 Championship is sitting right now. This, I can tell you, is accurate after the Grand Premio d'Italia 2024. Cost Mindset is your championship leader, but Puck's taking 2 wins on the bounce. Gained 50 points in the last 2 weeks, and he's vaulted himself up into 3rd place, just behind some good salt last year's AM2 champion up in P2 and Williams. Got Pablo Plays losing a spot, Gio losing a spot. There is still in the top 5 though, and Pablo actually tied with Pucks, but because Pucks has more wins, he's just ahead of the Mercedes driver. And it's really close around that 60-point margin. Kryptonic's also there, 57 points. Seb at 47 points, Subly at 37. So kind of thins out as you go down, but still quite a few drivers and constructors all in it. And talking about the constructors, let's take a look at that. Now you can hear my Discord notification. Sorry, brother. I don't know how to prevent that from happening. You're gonna have to listen to those tonight. But we got Ferrari in the lead of the constructors by a healthy margin. It's mostly the fight for P2 at this point. Gio and Mindset doing the good work there, gaining a lot of points early, and they have over a 100-point gap. But it's pretty close for second. You can see lots of drivers here having some issues with the server tonight. It's kind of why it started so late. But you can see a few drivers already put in some times on the board. Let's jump on board with the driver. Could potentially be out on track. That's Mamu going through turn 14 now, and he's in the McLaren. But yeah, lots of connection issues going on tonight, and that's why the stream started a little late. And yeah, it's just rolling with the punches tonight. Turn 16, open the DRS for Mamu, the McLaren driver, past champion in Contest of Speed, and he's in P4 after that lap, 21.6. Kind of short circuit there as that was processing in my brain, but there we go. First round of qualifying, most of it is kind of going through. And Rob, the reason why those notifications are here, I'm pretty sure they're you. Oh man. Pablo's asking for a line over under 5 for disconnect. Oh man, that's funny. I would put something up if we had time to, but this is kind of all being thrown together last minute here. So don't want to, it's only me in the booth tonight, and gonna be able to keep up as easily. Puck's jumping in the pits. He's P2 after his first lap, 121.423. Mindset's on top, championship leader. He's in the pits as well. The catch potentially on a lap. J Supreme coming through turn 15 now. Map invalidate. It looks like he's just winding up to start his lap, so we can stay on board here with Ferrari powered Haas car. Don't believe he's going to be pushing on this stage. Where's lap timing information? I know it's somewhere on here. Fastest laps in sectors. Mindset obviously has the fastest lap, but only one fastest sector to his name. Krypton actually fastest first sector. Puck's fastest 3rd sector. Those guys looking pretty strong. Nope. Why can't I join you, man? Rob, you can join me if you want. I mean, I'm all alone here. I'm just chilling. Looks like J Supreme is pulling off to the side. Let's see, can we catch someone on a flyer? Cam having some connection issues. Be the best. The car on the outside when he was trying to turn in there, probably not going to be super pleased about that, but that's okay. He continues on. Sure, I'm bored, he says. Alright. Give me a moment. Gotta sort this out. here. Alright, there you go, Rob. Join up. I'll send you an invite here as well. Failed to connect to online services. That does not sound good.
What's happened to you?
What's up? I just told me I
Hello.
couldn't connect to the online services when I tried to invite you, but I...
Yeah, I'm just adding on.
Oh, okay, so you're not going to be showing up right now. Oh, there you are. So, Mindset's starting an outlap now. Might as well jump on board with him, see what we can see. Turn 1 now. High speed track, this track. Barely have time to think, always turning. Really physical track. Well, I remember this is one of the tracks where I sweat the most. It's very easy to lose some body weight. Mindset really hanging on that car through those double right-handers. Losing a bit of time on the exit. Just barely back into that car. Oh, losing back in there on the exit. Turn 6. Going into turn 7 now. Pretty tidy through turn 10. He's got 60% ERS now to burn through this triple right-hander and into that final few corners. Downshifts to 6th here. Keep those revs high, keep the power out. Swing all the way to the right here, backs into the left. Final few turns, turn 16, final one on this track. And then it's foot to the floor, a little bit of a slide on entry. You can see how hard he's pushing there. Mindset now to come across the line, lowering his benchmark to a 121.249, so just barely getting a little bit quicker there. You can see he's a bit frustrated about that, but he's lighting up the track in 2 purple sectors. Let's check in now with Puck's F1, the man who is the hot hand here in AM1. He's going to have a chance to respond. 121.423 is his margin. Got to find about 2/10 to jump ahead of Mindset, but he's got a 10th behind him. Krypton. What Pucks can do now. Coming into turn 1. I'm on board with the Haas driver, just like we did with Mindset. Get a good comparison of these two drivers. Both powered by that Ferrari power unit. Very different liveries on these cars. Rob, you finally in here with me, or?
I'm in now.
Rob has made it into session, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Rob started the booth. Big shout out to my boy for helping me out. No, filling in. I'll turn you up a little bit. Well, both of us are. I mean, you filled in for me yesterday with John Boy, and
yeah,
looking to hear you filling in again. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Well, we've got Pox here, who's currently on a fly for the past few races, shall I say, getting 2 wins in a row, right? If I'm right? For Pox here, so let's see what he can show us today.
He is a little bit more ERS than Mindset did at this point. He's kind of low on battery at this point. I believe this is going to be his second run on these tires. Mamu actually managed to jump ahead of Puck while we were watching him down to 21.394. Puck's not finding the time. He's going to jump into the pit lane here. Not happy with that lap. Fortunately for him, let's see who else we can catch out there. Heavy Chalice is P8 now. They're coming through turn 3. Caught them at the very start of their lap. Pretty mixed up grid there. You look at the top 5, Rob. You got a Ferrari, McLaren, Haas, Aston Martin, Alpine, and then Mercedes, V-Carb, Williams. Like I think the top 9 are all different teams. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, well, we've got Sprazzle here, who's improved by 7/10, jumping up right in front of his teammate there in P13.
Yep. Those kicks
Yeah,
lining side by side there. 13, 14. Chalice, Williams driver. Leave some good salt. Isn't here tonight. Quickly in.
I thought it was in. Oh, let me double check.
Some good salt must not be in tonight. We must have a reserve in for him. Pretty sure Chalice is his teammate, so I believe that's meta. thought Meta
So some
was
good
full time.
style is Williams.
I thought Meta was full time as well.
That is AM2.
Oh, Meta's reserving up. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, Male Carton is reserving up. That's what I meant. He's filling in for Mr. Bolt. So, 4 minutes left in qualifying now. Everybody's going to be thinking about their final runs. What time is the ideal time to come out? That puck's coming out of the pit lane. No, that's his teammate.
Ocon and CC lead a follow about to finish his lap here in McLaren. Let's see how much he can improve by. Maybe jump up a few positions. Maybe get to a P7 if he can be fast enough. Comes across the line. What can he do? Improves by 2 tenths up to 8th place, almost getting Pablo there.
Almost getting ahead of Pablo, who is P7 right now. TCAM is desperately trying to get in and stay in the session. Having a heck of a time with that Alaskan internet. Pablo now could be starting a lap of his own. Let's see what the Mercedes driver can do. Coming through turn one, now into turn two. This is all where it's going to pop off in those first few corners in the race. You know, it's a pretty wide entry into the first turn. We saw in real life actual F1 drivers kind of get a little too overzealous into that corner, and Hamilton and Russell, namely one of them, teammates coming together in that first corner a few years ago. But Rob, based off what you saw last night, commentating and racing, what do you think we're expecting here in the first few turns in the Qatar Grand
Uh,
Prix?
Chaos, but a massive pack altogether. But that first sector is kind of tight, should I say? Well, most of the track's kind of tight for the corners, so expect a lot of cars try to back out some places if they're going to back out, doing the smart way, should I say?
Yeah, could be a little bit difficult to back out, especially with how committed some of these drivers get. Sometimes I heard, "Oh my God, Rob's boy, what are we doing?" Looks like he was just about to go into the wall, but he's just getting a little bit of gravel on those tires to get them nice and prepared for his flying lap. See, that's I believe the Mercedes either Bandit, Pablo ahead. That was Pablo.
Probably, yeah. It looks like he's got a slow lap in, but it looks like that was an out lap maybe. So he's doing a flying one this lap maybe. You never know.
Yeah, I think that was a double out lap for the Mercedes driver. Potentially, we can catch him on a flyer now. You can see lots of drivers coming into the pits. We've also got Mindset on an out lap, Mamu on an out lap, Pucks on an out lap. So all the top dogs, we're gonna have to check in with them shortly, as well as Krypton also on an out lap.
I'm clearly on board with J Supreme, who I think we're going to be the first one to finish their lap.
Yeah, I
Who's
believe
currently about to
so.
enter the last sector.
I think the Aston is the next one ahead of him, and he's just starting a lap. So jump back to the car we were just on in a moment.
So J Supreme coming around the final few corners now. I haven't set a lap yet, but this is the last lap he can set if he's happy with it, or he don't invalidate. Comes across the line. Let's see how far he can bring it on the board. Up to P12 he goes.
Mid follower is also called his qualifying quits. Let's jump in on board now with Pablo, sitting P7 outside looking in, but he is pushing on now. Two green sectors for the Mercedes driver. One last corner to navigate here. Then it's down the main straight to the line. He's on those red wall tires, trying to make the most of them, and he goes across track limits on the final turn, and that is it for Pablo. Oh my goodness. Just when he thought he had it all hooked up, coming across the line.
Chucker goes across the line. He does improve, but don't jump up anywhere else.
Check in with
Too many
Mindset
cars.
now. He is on pole position. He's also improving on this fresh set of red wall tires, up by just over a tenth. Looking to jump into the 1 minute 20s. Be the first one to do it tonight. Any other drivers going to have anything to say about this absolute rampage Mindset's going on right now? Absolutely lighting up the track. Here he comes now through the final corner, dumping the rest of the battery that he's got coming across the line. What's it going to be? It is a 21.079. Hasn't cracked in the 1 minute 20s tonight, but that is a freaking blistering lap time. See if anybody can respond. Fox is on the second row.
Vamu can't. He's invalidated.
Ooh,
Vamu.
Bamu can. Oh,
He's invalidated his lap. So that his qualifying done. Looks like he was improving as well.
oh my goodness. Bamu's out of qualifying. That's it for him. See where Krypton is out on track. He's slightly behind Pucks on track. Let's jump on board with the Haas driver. Looking like he's set up purple second sector, just barely off the margin of mindset right now. If he can find a little bit of time, he is challenging for pole currently. Just needs to hook it up in this final sector and hope he has a little bit more ERS saved up than the Ferrari did just a few moments ago. But it is fully on for pole position now for the Haas. One final corner, keeps it tidy, doesn't go across the line. What's it going to be? For Pucks F1. He's just behind mindset, not even a tenth of a second. Let's see if Krypton can upset this top two. Coming across the line now. Not this time. He does not find a lap to upset that top two drivers. But there you can see Fox really is coming to form these last few races. Mindset the driver who is well far and gone in the championship. He's not even far gone in this race. He's less than a tenth away from Puck. So hopefully these two do some battling, bring the rest of the grid into the fight as well. A race we would be seeing tonight if that's the case. But your top 10 qualifiers for tonight. After qualifying, we got Mindset on top, Foxen P2, Vemu P3, Krypton P4, DB the Best P5, Seb P6, Trepigo P7, Alpine locking out the third row there, I think that is. Pablo plays in the Merc P8, Lee the Faller P9, Hellcart in P10. We'll be back in just a moment once qualifying and all that stuff is wrapped up and we're ready to go to the grid. See y'all in a moment.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
And welcome back, everybody, to the pit lane here in Qatar. We're just awaiting the start of the race here at Contest of Speed AM1 here for, what is this, round 8, I believe. Round 8, season 15. Crazy, already to the 60% season completion. Wow, time flies, dude, time flies. But what are we in for here tonight, Rob? We've got a stack grid, we've got excitement appearing in turn 1. What do you think?
Well, you got strategies. It all depends about strategies around here. High tire wear and fuel burns a lot of fuel, so defo want to see him at DRS so you don't burn as much, and defo want at DRS around here. Once you lose it, you drop behind. You've got no chance of catching up unless something happens in front. But anything could happen in this race.
Anything could happen in this race, definitely. Just a waiting to see what anything could be. But if you have any predictions in the chat, who you think could win this, who you think gonna be out of the race first, anything that you think is gonna happen, shout it out in the chat. We see a lot of the regulars in here tonight, as usual. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, these guys are really thinking about the strategy. No rain expected, as per usual here in Qatar, but still, even with that, should be an interesting one. Why am I getting Facebook notifications? God damn it.
Well, these drivers need to watch out for track limits as well.
Oh yeah,
Track limits is a pain around here.
could be a penalty fest around here. Rob's boys left the session. That's not good. Oh my god. Job just throwing out Bandoot slander in the chat. Some people asking for Pablo to do a flip in turn 1. That would be cool. That would gain him some friends and followers. Oh, here we go. We're ready. Almost time to go green here. here we go. It is away for the Qatar Grand Prix. Mindset getting a decent jump. Looks like Move also got a pretty good jump. He's going to be fully alongside Pucks as they dive into turn 1. That's going to be Mindset's position into turn 1. Pucks claims P2, but Move slots in just behind, and it's as you were for the top 4. We got a yellow flag behind. Oh, looks like that's a Red Bull potentially. Rob's boys joined the session. We've got an Alpine behind as well, so Trepago and Chubb Tucker in the V car, excuse me, having a bit of a moment there in the back. They're already losing time in the pack. Let's see, through these turns here for the first time. Drivers looking to find some grip. We can see in behind there another V Carbon Alpine side by side. Seb and Stubbly renewing the battle of Chubb Tucker and Trepago. They have some blood on their hands, they think, and they've got to make amends at this point. See another 2 drivers going side by side. This camera angle is absolutely terrible. DB the Best getting passed by Seb. DB the Best actually fighting it out with Seb, going down the straight here into the triple right-hander.
Yep, these guys have been fighting for it too much now, and we've lost DRS to the people in front now, so this is a massive pack. P5 down to, should I say, P18 here, the whole train, but we've only got 3 people on the hards today. It's Seb in the Alpine, leader follower, and Trev the Goat is currently on the hards for this race, and everyone else is on the mediums here today.
Mindset's taking the fastest lap. He did pull a decent gap down that first straight, but he's not escaped DRS yet. Krypton's losing a bit of touch from the top 3. Mamu is stuck with those drivers ahead, but Krypton just about that DRS margin behind. He's going to want to work this next lap to catch up ahead. I mean, as you mentioned, from P5 down, DB the Best has kind of lost those front runners early on. He's got some work to do to keep this pack behind them. Spaniel, Stubbly, and we've got other drivers here. Oh, on the inside goes to V-Carb. Stubbly on Savaniel. Leaves some room. This battle is not over yet. See Savaniel to the inside through turn 7. Looks like Stubbly just has so much more grip on those medium tires. He's able to pick his line. He's on the inside. Oh, he just has to yield the space. He was on the inside, but not ahead going into that turn. See DB the Best.
Squeezed out there. But them 2 fighting kind of lost DRS to the DB to the Best here.
Exactly.
So somebody might be able to attack again into turn 1 if Seb kind of struggles, but it might be close here. Looks like he won't get DRS from the next straight. So Stubbly will be the next attacking man on Seb here on the hard tyres. The move. No, Cryptotic Swang has got the fastest lap here.
And Pox is going to take the lead early on. I think Famu is looking for an option as well, but he doesn't see it there. Pox, our new race leader here on lap 3, taking the lead into turn 1, using the advantage of the DRS. But as you said, this is a long race, and any bit of battling just kind of slows you down, as we saw. DB the Best was under the pressure from Stubbly and Savaniel, but that little battle behind him, which Stubbly, by the way, managed to fight his way through on those medium tires, that has cost him 2.6 seconds to the Red Bull ahead. He's got a little bit of a gap behind.
But now Stubbly's in the DRS of the Best now. The only thing you can do now is to stay in that DRS range, use that slipstream to slowly catch up to him, and now be a huge train from P5 down to P16. Bandit down there, kind of struggling, almost out of that DRS from Nick. There's a massive DRS train here. Actually, Seb here on the hard tyres is actually kind of struggling. The hard tyres haven't come into proper grip yet. It's almost dropping out. It looks like he has dropped out.
Dropped out of DRS. Pox has also not managed to climb out of DRS of Mindset. He is under pressure now because Vamu is close, but Vamu is going off track with the pressure of Krypton behind. That's surely going to be a track limits warning. Krypton's going to gain the position on Vamu because of that. Mindset's pulling to the inside of Pox into turn 1. Is Pox going to lose 1? Is he going to lose 2? That is definitely 1. Mindset slinging ahead, but Pox managed to keep second position there, crucially. Obviously, I don't know, lots of people probably watching those esports races nowadays. F1 sim racing esports is racing, in case you were living under a rock. And those guys, they do not want to be in the lead until the last lap. They're completely fine with sitting in second place. As long as you don't lose that second place, you're still in a very comfortable spot. But I'm sure all these drivers know that it's a long race ahead of them. Only 4 laps in of 29. We can see safety cars. We can see contact. throwing it in wrenches into the strategy, having to pit for repairs and all that kind of stuff. There's a long race ahead of it. Krypton is a man with the fastest lap now, and this is only the top 4 that we're looking at. Mind you, DB the best has closed in a bit of that time, about 3/10 to the leading pack. If you last took a look at him, Stubbly is left middle carton behind, who is battling with lead the faller, and Sabanuel has dropped all the way down to P10 on those hard tires. It must have been a big kerfuffle in that battle for P5, 6.
Well, Pucks will have another chance again to attack for their lead here. So let's see what we can do on this main big straight here. 5/10 behind him. I'm pretty sure that's all you need on this straight. So DRS and Citroen is so strong. That's all you need. Pucks is looking. He's trying to go around the outside, but he gets blocked by Mindset there. Vermouth attacking Cropnatic Swang here for P3 for the last podium position, and he don't give up position. But the pack here, J Supreme, fighting with the Alpine there, struggling on those hard tyres, dropping down a lot of positions, as we can see.
Yeah. We'll look in the back here. We got Fragley and Heavy Chalice going wheel to wheel, flying into turn 4 now. Heavy Chalice got the inside. Fragley trying to hang it around the outside. It's a long way around there, but he's carrying the speed all the way through. Heavy Chalice gives him enough room. Has the inside line for the tricky turn 6. Is that going to be enough? I think that he made the move. Heavy Chalice has actually dropped back there. Got a yellow flag behind, and everything has sorted itself out here. Decent racing there. Didn't see what happened to Heavy Chalice, but guys keeping it pretty close. Fox actually didn't make the move in turn 1, but now he's in the lead of the race later on in the lap. Mindset make a bit of a mistake there, because this is the biggest gap that Pucks has had so far.
Yeah. He's up a hazard. Now Mindset's under threat from a Chronoptic Swang here. Right behind him is 2 Thames. He's really putting the pressure on him, coming down to the straight again. But you really want to take a driver because you got that DRS assist, and it's just the main straight. He has to there.
It's a
Coming
drag race. DRS against
alongside.
DRS. Mindset's got the slipstream. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. Oh my goodness, Mindset's going to take the lead. Kryptonic is on the inside. Puck's trying to fight on the outside. He's going to have the inside for turn 2 now. Has he done it? I think he has.
Yeah,
That's a brilliant job there from Pucks.
He defended it very well there.
Yeah.
And he didn't lose any time to Mindset there, so well kept from these guys.
100%. Very well done, and very well done from Krypton as well to not brake a little bit too late. It's very easy to do, especially when you're 3 wide going in there. Everybody has to pick their braking point so carefully, and really good job. That's why these guys are in the top tier here. They obviously know what they're doing, sending down some fast laps and racing very cleanly at the front. Stubbly's now taking the lead of this mini train with him and DB the best. They're again still 2.3 seconds behind those leaders ahead. The followers now made some inroads on the hard tires. Actually, the highest running hard tire runner, and he's gotten ahead of Pablo. He's gotten ahead of Mil Carton. Spagnol's down back there in the hards as well. He's dropped down a little bit.
But I think the hards are slowly coming to play now. This is where the mediums are slowly start to die because that left-hand side. Look at these corners, mostly right-hand corners. So that left-hand side will quickly die. So it will struggle out on this track as Pucks gets that lead. The move sucking down the inside of Mindset off that Ferrari. Don't get that position, but got to turn 2 now. The move's got that outside line, but he goes a bit too wide, and Mindset keeps that P2 position. Bamu is still looking to attack, but no, he backs off before the double right-hander.
Yeah, Puck's judging this pretty well, obviously. He's being able to trade positions with the leader. Mindset happy running in 2nd place. Doesn't want to drop any further back than that, though. Obviously, you can see everybody's kind of antsy behind them. Vermouth and Krypton, although they're in that front train, I'm sure they'd love to be running in P2. This stage for them, they just got to stay calm and run the race. They're in the right spot. Save whatever energy, save whatever tires they can running behind. Don't run too close to those cars behind and waste your tires. And the race will come to them later on. It's all about banking in a little bit of tire life for a little bit later on.
Looks like Mindset is in range of, should I say, overtaking Pucks here on the straight.
Take a look from on board of the move. See, Puck's trying kind of like this break the slipstream. DRS coming into play. Mamu is not particularly interested in taking the lead at this point. You can see he's not really pushing too hard. And it's good to see Mamu actually running in the front of this race again. He was such an absolute demon back in the day, and games don't really suit his style too well, but starting to figure it out. You can see he's able to keep up with the top limit in the American side. Finally, after a couple seasons off the back foot. Turn 5 now, super clean. This driver, mind you, is on controller 2 ahead, using wheel and pedals sim rigs. Mamu is on the controller, and then managed to keep up. I believe Krypton also on a sim rig behind him, so all in the top 4 in their nice comfy rigs. Meanwhile, Mamu just caressing the sticks all the way around this circuit. Very tricky circuit, always turning here, all different radius turns, and he's making pretty good work of it. See this pack, although they're doing pretty well, they are losing time to that Red Bull and V car behind, who are on a bit of a charge right now, 1.8 seconds behind before they make this a 4-way fight, a 6-way fight.
Yeah, look, so it's really catching up now. You know, these top 4 fighting. Normally you want a smaller pack so you can actually properly work together, just DRS swapping. But these are fighting for the lead here, for the prime position. You know, towards the end of the race where you want to be. Is Fox goes for the overtake, but Moo being blocked by Mindset there in turn 1. Lovely overtaking the best there for P5. But looks like we did lose a bit of time on the straight, though really can't. We do have some dream, but won't work as a, well, you know, won't work as a, what's the word?
I don't know, what is it?
Well, the top 4 would have a better slipstream, should I say, because you've got multiple cars you can use off. But these two, they could use it from one driver, one car.
Yeah, that is true.
Right now we're so catching up. Right now, I'm currently seeing the Alpine here of Sebaniol, if I'm right, on my hard tires. They should be really working by now because about 10 to 14 is where you would pit on the medium tires, should I say.
Yeah,
That's what I've seen and my experience.
and lead the follower. He was the highest hard runner, a few positions up higher. Still is now the highest hard runner, but he's lost a bit of ground to Pablo and G Supreme. I'm sure those tires are going to start coming to life now for him. And it's all a question about, is that overcut going to be worth it come later on in the race? Because these guys who are going to pit soon are going to have much faster tires for a good portion of that race. As those wear down though, and the overcut becomes a little more powerful around here. So as you mentioned, tires are going to be huge, fuel is going to be huge. Be very interesting to see what this all shakes out to. You can see J Supreme trying to hold off Pablo plays in this fight for P7 with lead the follower just behind on the theoretically what we think would be the faster tire at this point, the hard tire.
That's right. He's caught up 2 attempts to lead a follower there, 3 attempts now. So looks like they're slowly coming into play. And if I was right, 3 drivers were on the hard tires. If I quickly check again, which are leader follower,
Lead the follower,
Seb,
Seb,
and the other Alpine, the
Trap
Trap Goat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks
And
like
Bandit has picked up a penalty as well.
Yeah, looks like Chubb also took a pit stop there. He's also on the hard tire, so he's going to be the first one pitting. I don't think he's going to be any threat to anybody in the lead race, but potentially getting those hard tires to work early. Could see a couple positions gained for him in that midfield pack.
But the best and Subley are so close, right behind Graphic Spring there. Swang. Look at that. 3 attempts away, 4 attempts away from DRS. Almost getting it. Maybe can the Supreme work from there, try to help, you know, the drivers behind. Look at that time. The best is losing to DRS.
Yeah, I think.
He's lost about a whole second there on the straight.
Yeah, that DRS is absolutely vital around here, and as you said, a whole second down that straight. I'm sure that he feels absolutely helpless, making all those inroads throughout the rest of the track. But as soon as you get to the straight, the time's just bleeding away from him. But interestingly enough, Pucks, I think that's 2 laps in a row that he's kept the lead down the main straight. Has he conserved his tires a little bit better? Has he figured out battery conservation strategy for himself that works a little bit better at this stage of the race. He's typically see the lead change every lap until the last few, and Vamu is not making a move on mindset either. So guys are all kind of just plateauing here. Are we getting ready for a final push before the pit stops? Sure, they're coming soon, approaching half distance, and most of these guys on the softer compound tire that you would be thinking that they'd be using. I'm sure they're going to be going to the hards next, so probably approaching that point pretty soon here. Who's going to be the first to make the call, and is the undercut going to be as powerful as we think it will be? Here we go again down the main straight. What's going to happen? Looks like Mindset is pretty close this time. You get a decent view from the back of the McLaren here. You can see DRS open on Mindset. I think Vamu is getting a little impatient here. He's going to go for the move. We're 3 wide down the main straight. Mindset and Vamu are going to jump ahead of Pucks, and it's exactly what Pucks is trying to avoid, losing 2 positions on that straight. Obviously losing 1 is not the worst thing, but as soon as you're out of those top 2 positions, it becomes a little bit trickier for managing the race, especially if you want to make a pit stop or anything like that. Oh, they're getting really close here. Man, that was really tight. Vamu is losing a bit of ground of mindset. Looks like he's just been unleashed. Puck's trying to make a move on Vamu. Oh, this is going to slow them down incredibly. Hopefully they can stay within touch of the leader there, because he's just going to be licking his lips, seeing this in his rearview mirror. Oh, they're side by side still now. Neither of them willing to give up any of that room that they have claimed on the racetrack. But look at that, Puck's ahead.
Well, for going 4 DRS train now, it's gone to a 6 DRS train now. The people behind have finally caught up and joined in the train. They might go down to a 5-man train now, because them 2 fighting, they've really got a mindset.
Yeah.
Blowing away. He's going away.
If I was Pucks now, I'd be pitting, because he's just about out of that DRS range. If he leaves, then maybe those behind him will lose DRS. Oh man, he stays out. Looks like everybody's staying out. Oh, Pucks is jumping into the pits. He's jumping in.
Pucks is listening to you. Pucks is listening to you.
I don't know. Him and Vamu trying to trigger that undercut. Mindset has been unleashed. It looks like a 1-second gap to Krypton, so Krypton's going to have to work. He got the benefit of the DRS down that straight to climb in within that detection point zone, but now he's got a 2/10 gap to work with throughout the rest of this lap to stay within DRS. If he is going to stay out, you can see where Pucks is coming out now of the pit lane. It's going to be around P12, I think. And doesn't look like he has too much traffic ahead. Bandit, Trepago, and Nick AC, which will meet each of those cars one at a time. Vamu is tucked in right behind them. Let's see where this first pit stop sequence is going to take the Haas driver. You can see Mindset desperately trying to cling out of that DRS range. He's about a half a tenth away. Are these guys all going to react to cover off Vamu and Pucks now? Or are they going to try to go one more lap?
Well, let's see. But coming down to the triple right-hander now, this is where the tyres will defo start screaming. You know, that left-hand side, getting all that pressure of the tyre going up. The Chronox Sprang is in that DRS again for the 12th time, should I say. And looks like the drivers are going in now. Everyone's into the pits.
Let's jump on board with Pucks, who's trying to pull the undercut. He's tucked right in behind Bandit now. I'm sure he's going to want to clear the Mercedes driver as soon as possible to not lose too much time. Him and Vamu both desperate to make this undercut work, to get ahead of these drivers. I think that this is going to ruin it though. But Bandit is just parked his car right in front of him. Fair play to him, defending all he can for position. And there we go. Pucks and Vamu clear the Mercedes driver. Where are they going to come out in relation to Mindset? I think Mindset is coming into turn 1 just ahead of him. There we go. And Mindset survives the undercut attempt from Pucks and Vamu. But Vamu gets ahead of Pucks on the exit. You can see Mindset is not escaped DRS range there. And I believe that Mercedes just caused enough damage to the McLaren and the Haas through that final sector, where that they could not cling any longer to claiming that top spot, the net race lead at this point. We've got a yellow flag. I think it's all sorted out. Charlie in the chat, Pablos is disappointing me. I mean, you got to find somebody else to cheer for if you don't want to be disappointed like I do. Who has penalties? Let me check for you.
Oh, I've just put it in chat. Bandit and Sarazzle. Oh, that's Bandit round.
Oh no, Bandit spun round. Oh no. Let's see. Penalties and warnings. There we go. So you can see Scherzel on 3, Bandit 3 seconds, and Mindset on 2 warnings. Vamu on 2 warnings. Fox only on 1 warning. So Mindset and Vamu are right on the brink. If they just have one little mental lapse of concentration, they are going to be paying 3 seconds at the end of the race. Vamu thinks now is the time that he wants to lead the race. Enough playing nice, sitting back in third. He sees the lead. He wants it. And the McLaren is back into P1. Well, net P1. His teammate, I believe the follower, is in P1. Yet to pit on those hard tires, as is Seb, as is Trevor Goat. So the top 3 all on the hard tire, waiting for their time to pit.
Yep, DRS train down to P9. The best almost struggling there, but it looks like the front might be able to catch up to Trevor the Goat, who's on old hards. They do, which gives Vamu DRS if he can get it in time, so we'll give him an advantage for an extra lap.
Yeah, Vamu's looking to hang on to some DRS ahead, 1.9 seconds. He does have the fastest lap. Oh no, Mindset, huge moment there. He was off the track. Holy smokes. That was a big one for the Ferrari driver. Let's get a replay of that.
Ugly gets in 3 seconds.
Ferrari get the next 3-second penalty. You can see on your screen now a live replay of the Mindset onboard that we were with there. Him coming through, just getting a little bit of a snap as he flung the car to the right. Manages to save it. Just extremely lucky for the Ferrari driver. And he is still going. Lost a position there, but he'll be happy to still be going in the right direction and still in this main pack here. You can see Vamu did not get DRS.
Yeah, just missing out sadly, but these drivers will get holded up by Trevor Goat if he can't get past. So if Vamu gets past with an easy overtake, Fox will get holded up there, which gives Vamu a massive gap if he can get away.
Yeah, 100%. You can see Seb picking up a 3-second penalty. We're past the halfway point now, so all these warnings are starting to add up. Drivers are starting to rack up those penalties, and definitely not over. For those who are without penalties yet, they can still claim more than enough warnings between now and the end of the race.
Will Vamu send it on the driver who hasn't pitted yet for his new fresh mediums? Putting it on the old hards. No, and he won't have any more chance since coming up to the triple right-handers now. So this is where the drivers will get slowed down the most. Those tyres will be screaming around here. This is where you go flat out on every single corner. And with those old tyres, they won't have enough grip to go around.
See how much Vamu caught there through turn 15. Turn 16 now, he's judged this pretty well to not catch him in a horrible spot, and he is just going to absolutely unleash. And look at that, even for good measure, Sebastian pulls in the pits, as does Lead the follower. So these guys are completely clear now. Pucks has DRS, Vamu has DRS. And Vamu is trying to burn the battery to keep the lead with that DRS on this lap. Puck's not able to claim that position, neither is Mindset. We are racing here. Credit to these guys. Look at this, DB the best, Stubbly, Krypton, Mindset, Pucks, and Vamu all within the fight for the lead now, and all keeping it very clean on track. Absolutely the spectacle that we would like to see. So keep it up, gentlemen. 12 laps there, 13 laps to go on this contest, and who can guess who the winner would be? Could it be one of these few in the top 6? Could it be someone else? Are we in for some drama? Who knows? Trevor Goat picking up a 3. You can see their penalties are coming in a little more frequently now. Pablo bound to get
right now. Let's see, Pablo might get track limits.
That's what Charlie's saying. Pablo's bound to get one. I would say
Pablo's been seeing too many people. He came into the AM1 stream and jinxed a Mercedes driver.
Oh my god.
So, yeah,
Pablo.
it comes into a stream and it just automatically gets in 3 seconds.
Alright, let's watch from the back, well, from the cockpit of Stubbly. You can see everybody chasing that slipstream. Oh my goodness, maybe we should watch the Krypton ahead. He's trying to make a move on Mindset. And they're wheel to wheel, 2x2 into turn 1. Bamu is maintaining that lead, and he is doing just enough down that straight, even without DRS, to keep that lead. How long is he gonna be able to burn that battery down the straight? Keep these drivers behind. Tell Bamu wants it. It's a pretty short run to the line now. In previous games, that's a start-finish straight. Or start-finish line used to be way down that straight, where you could use that DRS to drag race across the line, but now it's a little bit closer. So to argue, starting the final lap is where you're going to want to be P2, so you can launch yourself into P1 and hold it right back for the twisty turning bit of the rest of the lap. But we'll see what these drivers think is the best play. Vamu opting to lead the race right now. Pucks is in P2. He's looking pretty strong these last few races. Like we said, he's won 2 on the bounce, looking for 3 in a row. Chuck Tucker setting the fastest lap on the soft tires. He's looking for some victory laps right now.
Taking it from Vamu from that extra point. So Job Tucker being P18 won't give that extra point, but Pucks is ready to attack Vamu here with DRS. Maybe Cost Mindset might be able to join him on this straight. Try to break the slipstream, but no, these drivers are following, coming in the straight line now. Straight line, try to get that slipstream. Look at that. 2 drivers looking to go side by side into turn 1. Is will get ahead. Pucks, no, Vamu will, and keep that position. Very well done.
Very well done indeed. Yeah, Vamu, like I said, just doing just enough down that main straight to keep the position and place his car in the right place, so that once they are on the exit, Pucks is not in the most advantageous spot to get the power down and just swoop on the inside for turn 2. Expecting some fireworks there from the cockpit of Mindset, the championship leader, sitting in P3 right now. But these gentlemen are being very calculated right now, going into the final third of the race now.
And getting another 3 seconds there. But we did see someone else getting fastest lap, so Seb did get fastest lap, so it looks like Chubb Tucker failed on the soft tyre.
Seb
I don't know
taking
how
the
you get
fastest lap on the
beaten
mediums.
on the mediums, whilst Chubb was on the soft, so not sure what happened there, but Pucks is well, let's see if we can get another chance again on this straight. Will DRS help him that much again? 3 attempts now. I'm dropping down to 2 attempts on the straight now. Job Dog again lapped it, and Pucks gets that position done. Mindset fighting with a move for P2. Who's going to get ahead? Going side by side into turn 2 now. Looks like Mindset will get that inside line. The move gives up that position and gives it to Mindset. Putting in P3 now, losing 2 positions. Bandit cam only. Oh no.
Oh, ready player Charlie has requested the Bandu cam. Okay, let's follow along with Bandu for this lap here.
Don't worry, I'll commentate on the lead so far. I don't have to. I'm not the streamer.
Bandu
Pucks
round
is
it
still
through him.
ahead. Pucks is still ahead, currently in P1, but Mindset, who's on that stream, getting closer and closer. As are you on Bandit Cam? How's Bandit Cam going?
Bandu cam's going
BK?
very well. He's coming through turn 15 now, or sorry, turn 16, lining up on the straight, and he's getting that power down. Bandu, our fearless leader of the Bandut Nation.
Coming down to that main straight now, but here's the 5 drivers who will get DRS on this straight, except from Pucks is in the lead. Mindset getting ready to attack. Pucks here on the straight.
Is this where Mindset reclaims the lead? I think it is
Yep,
going to be.
Mindset does. Vamu might be able to join him, and Crypnotic Swang, but no, Vamu's on the outside. Bales backs out. Crypnotic Swang getting pushed off the track there by Vamu. Stubbly is looking for that gap and gets that gap done. Overtakes Stubbly into turn 2.
There we go, Stubbly on the outside, Vamu on the inside. It looks like Vamu's going to take that turn every single time there. It's the most advantageous line from the inside there, and you can see Mindset giving Pucks a little wheel shimmy there after he made the overtake on the straight, maybe signaling to Pucks that he wants to work together at this point.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there where it's hard to communicate with the drivers around you, let you know what you want to do, but you know, a nice shake of the wheels sometimes is like a, hey, come on, let's go, let's work together here. And I'm sure Pucks won't say no. Obviously, the AM1 championship
Good
leader, he's
mind that.
pretty quick. Pucks is gonna want to go with him if he can.
Yeah, but he's fighting one man, which is mindset. He was in front of him in the championship, so all he needs to do is get more points than mindset.
Yep.
Let's see what happens on the straight now. Can Pucks abuse that stream? Yes, he can. Goes down the outside. The move is looking as well, but there's just not enough room there on the outside to send it
Yep.
to break late, and Pucks gets that lead for the too many times I can't count. Pablo there fighting with J Supreme. J Supreme getting that P7 in the DRS straight at the back there. You can see some drivers switching up some positions here. Looks like the kick Sauber, the Williams are going too wide into turn 2 there. Strazzle trying to get that position. Oh,
Oh!
contact between the Alpine and the McLaren.
Chaos.
Oh, looks like there
Chaos
wasn't
there.
enough room. Looks like leader followers missing an end plate on the right hand side.
100%. He is. That McLaren is wounded. In case you missed it, there's a little replay for you there as we checked in with the midfield battle. See the Sauber and the McLaren getting wheel to wheel. Alpine diving up to the inside. Oh, and the McLaren Alpine making a bit of contact there. Fortunate for McLaren losing the end plate and looping around now, trying to find his way back to the pit lane, I'm sure. And here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It is the fight resumed for P1. The top 6 still all within DRS of one another. And this is a pretty epic race that we're witnessing right now. I think that needs to be mentioned a little more often because, wow, these guys are all in shout of the lead right now. The top 3, definitely Pucks, Mamu, and Mindset. Looks like those 3 are the ones who are the favorites to win tonight. But that being said, Stubbly, Krypton, DB the best, quietly in behind them, and at any point they could see themselves vaulting up a couple spots. Any mistake, like we saw from Mindset earlier, which saw him losing a few positions, could be crucial at this stage of the race. And you mentioned a few drivers also on those maximum warnings. We see another driver, Chubb Tucker, getting a 3-second penalty, and that could be coming to any one of our top 6 pretty soon here. Let's take a look once again at the penalties and warnings. You can see 4 out of 4 drivers in the top 4 on 2 warnings. Only Krypton, your 5th place driver right now, is on no warnings. DB the best also on 2 warnings. Only 1 driver out of the 5 in the out of the 6 in the shout for the lead tonight are on the brink of getting a penalty. This is
So
poised
basically,
quite
he's
well.
the one to win it.
Everybody has to stay on track. Nobody can make a mistake at this point, or else it could be 3, 4, 5 positions that you're losing in this DRS straight.
Definitely. So right now, he's the one to win it. If these drivers pick up pens, you can just basically sit back and relax and stay in with DRS. Don't pick up any pens.
Now you can also afford to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
These drivers who are on 2 warnings, they can't send a move that they know is a risk of going off track. As Puck's gonna swing ahead of the Ferrari driver now. He's trying to take that P1 position. Mamu is on the outside of the Ferrari now. Is he gonna try to make a move around turn 2? Oh, he's trying. These guys getting bunched up again. Into turn 3 we go. Vamu is actually going to take the lead of that battle between Mindset and Vamu. Vamu on the inside now, and that surely is going to be the position done. Mindset down to P3, and he hadn't dropped out of P2 since jumping into this top 2 position for a while now. It had been Mindset and Pucks just swapping positions, but find himself from outside looking in now, and is he going to be under pressure from Stubby behind? That is the risk once you fall out of the top 2, that those behind are going to jump very quickly. You've seen it a lot in the esports races. As soon as you lose one position, it's like a waterfall after, just coming one after another. But Mindset manages to keep on the P3 for the rest of this lap. Is Stubbly going to have something to say, though, as we go down this straight? All these drivers are going to have DRS. Who's going to have the best exit off of turn 16? I'm sure Pucks is going to be under immense pressure once again. But he's just counting down the laps now and trying to figure out what lap is the best lap to lead. He's giving up the lead every other lap. He's got to find himself in a good rotation so that when it is the penultimate lap, he's flinging himself into the lead. If he wants to take this one, there we see Vamu slinging to the inside. Mindset's also probably going to try to take this space, and that's going to see Pucks down to P3 himself. So you can see all these drivers kind of cycling through the positions now and trying to find where they want to be for the final lap. And I'm assuming it's P2. Bamu is in the lead. Mindset in P2. Pox in P3. You can see Chubb Tucker picking up another 3-second penalty. There's Krypton in behind there as well. The man on no warning tonight, keeping it clean in Qatar. That's very difficult to do. So good job for the Aston Martin driver tonight. Oh, he's getting very close. Very, very close to Stubley ahead. And Stubley's putting pressure on Pucks as well now.
Looking real close here. Looks like Mindset's trying to catch up to Mamu here. Mamu trying to catch up to get closer and closer to that McLaren in front, so it gives him the best chance on that DRS straight. Looking too close here. But at the back here, there's a bit of a tiny battle every now and then, you know, between Subley and Corrupted Swang here. And kind of fighting for that P4 position. Trying to, you know, get closer to that P1 position. Or P2 or P3. A podium would work for any of these drivers, but P1 to get that maximum points here in Qatar.
Yeah, 100%. Going down the main straight, he does have a decent gap. No DRS to his advantage now. He's going to lead the guys to the outside. Mindset, wheel to wheel, going into turn 1 with Bamu, trying to take back the lead. He's on the inside for turn 2. Bamu not in a fighting position at this stage. He's going to tuck right behind the Ferrari once again. Haas just behind him. And is he under a bit of pressure now? Bamu going into turn 4. See just how close they get and why the inside line is so advantageous through this double right-hander. Don't want to be going around any longer of a line than you have to be. Bamu losing a little bit of traction there after the exit of turn 6.
Yeah, so I can see because for Moo, got Mindset getting that penalty. That is his race almost over if his drivers can keep it clean or not.
Oh my goodness. Just like we mentioned, these drivers, those all on 2 warnings, and there comes the first 3-second time penalty for the top 6. Mindset picking up a 3-second penalty, so that changes everything in terms of strategy for those who are fighting for that win. Mindset's out of it now. With everybody within DRS, he is going to drop down to P6, and that basically leaves a lot of strategy open because everybody, as long as Mindset's in the lead of this race, everybody's going to have DRS coming across the line. But we're about to start lap 27 of 29 now. Bamu is going to take the lead of this race. It looks like Pucks is going to try to fling ahead as well. He doesn't want any separation between him and Bamu, who does not have a 3-second time penalty either. He wants to get ahead of Mindset as soon as possible to not have to worry about that 3-second penalty so he can fight for the win. But it's wheel to wheel coming out of turn 3, going into turn 4. Neither of them willing to give up this position. When Mindset was signaling what looked like a sign of work together, and now he's thrown that out the window. He just wants to race with that 3-second penalty coming his way. He is right on the back of the Ferrari. Oh my goodness, no, there's contact! Mindset getting on the inside of Bamu, and that unsettled the McLarens there. Fox now flings himself in the lead after that moment there, but he's going to give that position back to Bamu. Going down the straight. Oh, it's all getting chaotic behind here. The gloves are coming off. We see a ghosted V-car behind there. That's Stubley in P3. Mindset's trying to fight back. Also ghosted. And looks like we've got Krypton and DB the best that fell back a bit there from those couple of issues.
Yeah, Crouch Swing getting back in that DRS. He wasn't in DRS, now he is. And it's getting super close. Coming to lap 28 now. This is where you don't really want to overtake them, but you might have to because you've got drivers behind who are willing to overtake. So right now, it's a hard decision. Would you overtake the leader or would you drop a position to the person behind? What will Pucks do? Pucks is still sitting in P2. No one overtakes, but Mindset is looking for that space and don't go for the gap. Hitting Subley in that rear end there. But Pucks stays in P2. This is where is in his prime position right now, where he might get the win if he can keep this up. Bamu trying to pull away from Pucks to get that big gap, so the DRS won't be that much helpful on the straight. So Bamu here, you can see him trying to pull away, trying to put the pedal down, trying to burn on his DRS to get away from Pucks, but it looks like it's not working so far.
Yeah, I'm sure Bamu is just trying to hang on to what ERS he has left. Yellow flag is out, but unfortunately it's too late for any safety car at this point. Sure is all picking up another 3-second time penalty. And it's all going to come down to this final run down the main straight to start this final lap. How much ERS have these drivers saved? Is Vamu going to be able to hang on to this position down this first straight? Turn 1 is really the only realistic overtaking opportunity. You have to get pretty creative to overtake elsewhere, and Pox has a decent gap behind him. I don't think that Stubby is going to be putting him under pressure. And the driver who's won 2 on the bounce, has he pulled a genius strategy here to be in P2 to start your final lap of the Qatar Grand Prix here in AM1? Time will tell. Vamu trying to break the slipstream early. Is he dumping the ERS now? I'm sure he is, but no DRS for him. There it is, open for Pucks. He's going to swing to the outside, and he takes the lead going into turn 1. Stubbly is not close enough this time to take P2. Neither is Krypton, and we're on the final lap now. Only Mindset in your top 5 with the 3-second time penalty. The rest are all clean, but they are on the brink. Stubbly, Vamu, and Pucks all on 2 warnings. Krypton is your only one without any warnings. It's all up to Pucks now to keep it on track for the final lap of this race and make sure that he doesn't let any of those cars behind get in front of him. He's been in a heated battle with Vamu, Mindset, and the drivers behind Stubbly, Krypton, and DB the Best. All those top 6 drivers have been in the train nearly the entire night. And any one of these drivers who wins this race will be truly ecstatic with that performance. But it looks like with the nature of this circuit, Fox has done all the hard work. You can only sit and watch to see what Stubbly or Vamu can mount up here. Kryptonic Swang also tucked in behind. Is the slipstream going into these 3 right-handers going to be enough to get them close to get the exit out of turn 16? I'm not sure it is.
Dropping Vamu here. So it looks like Vamu can't do a last corner send. Looks like one of these drivers might Stubbly getting closer and closer, 3 tenths, but it's not enough to make it last corner send.
It's not enough. Pucks is coming through the last corner. He won in Baku. He won in Monza, and he's going to win the Qatar Grand Prix. Pucks 3 on the bounce for the Haas driver, and that is a brilliant race for everybody in that top 6 tonight. Giving us an absolute show. Vamu P2, Stubbly P3, Krypton P4, Mindset down in P5 after that penalty. And now we can see J Supreme coming across the line for P7. He's going to hold off Pablo Place. Shirzal coming to take points as well in the kick. Oh, that penalty does drop him down, though. Ferragli will actually take points for the kick after that. And Heavy Chalice in P11. Shirzal is in P12 after it's all said and done. What a race for the Hawks, man. What performance. He's on an absolute roll. Did not claim a win so far in Contest of Speed in all his time until 3 weeks ago when he won his first race, and he has not looked back since. So he's on an absolute heater right now. Male Carton as well, taking the fastest lap. So good job for him taking that away from whoever was going to get it before. I believe it was Seb in the Alpine.
Cam Tizzle's AI will come across the line in 17th place, beating Bandu and Chub Tucker.
Hux is on fire. That's 3 on the bounce for this guy. I'm sure he's going to be pretty stoked about that. I don't know who hasn't finished the race yet. I believe it's Bandu.
It's Bandu.
Yet to cross the line. Here he comes for the Bandu fan club one last time.
But let's talk about Mindset and Pucks, because Mindset not having the best race, should I say, finishing in P5. So won't bring that much points to the championship, should I say. Think how many points is that in P5? You would get.
That's 10.
I think it's it would get 10 points. Plus Pucks is getting 15 more.
You can see Puck's celebration on the podium there. The side flip, fist pump. He's psyched up, and we'll hear the Canadian national anthem played here for Mr. Puck's F1. Congratulations, sir, on man, 3rd win in a row. Hard to believe, 3rd win in your career, 3rd in a row. Not bad, dude. Just keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. And good job to Vamu as well. Seeing him back on the podium, always good. And V-Carb there. See, that was, why am I blanking now? That was Stubbly getting the P3. Great job to Stubbly as well. Very solid race. We'll get to see the final finishing order here tonight. You see Hawks taking that win. Vamu in 2nd, Stubbly in 3rd. Krypton in 4th. Very good performance from him, not getting any warnings. Mindset in 5th. DB the Best in 6th. And then we got Supreme 7th, Pablo 8th, Seb 9th, Ragley in 10th. That's your top 10, your point scores for tonight. And yeah, we'll get our top 3 into the booth if we can. We'll ask them a couple questions about the race if you guys want to stick around for that. Shout out to everybody who watched. Thanks, Rob, for joining me in the booth. See y'all next time if you don't join us for the news. Peace.
contest to speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of
The
speed.
contest of speed.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we are in the podium interview booth. We've got our top 3 finishers here from tonight in Qatar: Fox, Mamu, and Stubbly. Stubbly, we'll start with you, finishing P3 in this race. You and DB the best were kind of tucked in behind the top group of 4 drivers for a little bit of that race, but you guys managed to fight back. Is there any point where you thought that the podium was in the cards for today?
After qualifying, no. No, and I mean, again, as you said, when DV and I were kind of just like right behind those top 3, I was really just trying to make sure I wasn't fighting him too much. I was just like, all right, I'll ride your DRS and you'll ride my DRS, and we'll just slowly but surely make our way up there. And then next thing you know, we're up there, and you know, thankfully, there was a couple incidents, couple wheels banging, but thankfully I was able to come home with a podium. Yeah, I'm super happy about that.
100%, yeah. That was pretty decent performance from you guys there. Yeah, I think just not fighting for that little bit was really crucial for you guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
You mentioned that a couple incidents throughout that. I think towards the very end of the race, something happened there. We didn't quite see everything unfold on stream, so we saw, Mindset getting ghosted and a V-carb ghosted. What was going on there, and how did you navigate your way through that to find yourself on the podium?
Okay, as best of my knowledge, I remember it was Mindset, and I want to say Vamu. It could have been Kryptonic. I honestly don't remember anymore, but I just remember it was coming out of that slow left-hander, the really slow one, and I just remember both of those cars kind of going off, and the Vamu was able to go ahead, and then Mindset kind of went behind me. So fortunately, I was able to capitalize on that little incident, and I was fortunately able to keep both of them behind me as well. So yeah, that definitely worked out in my favor.
100%. Well, I think that's all for me. Congratulations, I think is the main message for me. Find
Hey,
yourself on
thank
the
you.
podium. Very difficult to do, so good job. Be proud
Thank
of
you very
yourself.
much.
Any
Thank you.
questions?
Thank you.
Any questions, Rob?
Yeah. When you're at DRS, what was going through your mind? Would you saying like, I'm
Okay.
out of this
So
race?
I remember I was trying to defend from Kryptonic because he kind of got back a little bit, and we were going on the main straight, and I kind of noticed that a lot of people were just draining their. They would recharge basically the entire lap and then kind of just deploy it all through the main straight. And I remember going into turn 1 and then going into turn 2 and realizing that my DRS was still on. I forgot to turn it off, so then I was down to like 6%. So I was a bit nervous there because then as I wasn't able to recharge a lot. Like by the time on the next lap I reached that main straight, I was only looking at like 20% ERS. So I don't know. I just stuck it on the outside, kept a good line, and thankfully it just worked out perfect.
Yeah, it looks like you guys well, you really caught up to the people in front. But coming to the last lap, I think it was Vermouth and Mindset. But how was your penalty situation going? Were you stressed about it or were you just calm? We
Little
saw
bit.
you on 2 warnings.
I remember when I was kind of again that same slow left-hander. I remember this was when I was still just in that little fight with DB. I remember he kind of made a little. There was a little moment he had. He had a little oversteer, and he kind of went towards the inside. And I tried to go around him, but I unfortunately kind of went outside the track limits. So that was my first strike, and then my second strike was going too fast, and then just couldn't. A little bit understeer, just couldn't make the turn, unfortunately. So really focused on keeping in between the white lines, keeping it within a second in front of the guy ahead of me, and then just taking it home. Yeah.
Well,
Well, congrats on that P3. You got that podium at the end. Clutched it up and got that
Thank you.
P3.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
yeah, congrats against W. We'll see you next week for round 1. Move on
Absolutely.
now.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, move on now to Mr. P2 finisher. Also past AM1 champion. Let's not let that slide. Vamu Nubel joins us here in the booth. Congratulations on that podium tonight, Vamu. Saw you really involved in that battle for P1 throughout most of that race. I mean, from my standpoint, you look a little more confident out there than what I'm used to seeing. You think you're finally back in that performance that we're used to, or does this track just kind of suit your style a little bit more?
No, I'm still away from my usual performance, but this track, yeah, it was quite nice to drive it. Struggled with the front left tire and had 2 warnings on lap 1, so pretty stressful. But yeah, in the end, it was great race, great racing.
Yeah, it was a pretty good racing. I think Stubby mentioned a couple incidents between you guys, but I mean, all in all, really good, respectful racing. Was there any point where you thought maybe you could just break away from that DRS train, or was it always just kind of picking the right moment to go for the win tonight, and it just didn't pan out?
Hey, after the stops, I tried to get ahead and try and get away, but no, I couldn't pull out, so I decided to stay with them and hold it till the end. But I didn't have enough straight line speed at the end, so yeah, he took it away.
Yeah, that's too bad. But honestly, yeah, just really good job to be back on the podium again. Like I said in the stream, it's always good to see you towards the front. Just feels weird seeing you not to at least in the top few positions. So, congratulations from me, Rob. You got any questions for Vamu?
Yeah, what happened between you and Mindset there on that left-hander? You guys locked wheels. I mean, but you didn't really lost any positions except for Mindset.
No, I think he tapped me from behind and trying to correct the car and save it. We get tangled, and yeah, he ended up going off, but he didn't lose much time either, just 1 position. So.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure on lap 28 you overtook Pucks, or something happened on that last lap where you're thinking you could have stayed ahead. Before the lap 29. You could on lap 29. Do you think you could stayed ahead of Pucks or not?
I wasted every single piece of battery I had, but my setup was mainly for corners, so didn't have much speed across the race. So
Do you think you could have pushed it a bit more, on my last lap and go for the last corner overtake on pucks to try and get that win, or you
If
just try to stay behind and try to secure that P2?
Yeah, I tried to secure that P2 because I was one warning away from a penalty. So yeah, P2 was still good for me.
Well,
Definitely,
congrats on that P2, and
definitely racing on 2 warnings. Pretty stressful of a move, but yeah, congratulations again. Getting that solid P2. Good points for you and McLaren tonight. And looking forward to next week, round 9.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Congrats again. Now we'll move on finally to our winner tonight, the one, the only, Mr. Pucks F1, taking his 3rd win in 3 races. Let him hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Some claps. More. Let's go. Congratulations, dude. I mean, yeah. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Pucks and I, pretty decent friends outside of Contest of Speed. We've
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like I was part of the reason that you joined COS. So just seeing you taking wins now is super sick to see. Waited a
Yeah.
couple seasons to get your first one, but now they're coming fast and furious. You figured it out. What was the key to that race? I think it all came down to where you were on that final starting that final lap to get the DRS. But
Mhm.
from your point of view, it was probably a lot longer of a race than that just to be there on the final lap to have that chance. Just talk us through your race a bit, I guess.
Yeah, it was a lovely battle between Vemu and Mindset throughout the whole race almost. And I was just focused on lap 28, getting that DRS and starting lap 29. I knew I would have it in the bag if I just stick with it. I already had 2 warnings too coming into that last lap, so I had to keep it smooth on the throttle, not force anything, light on the brakes. Uh, just kept it light and smooth, and worked out for me. So shout out to those Qatar fans out there in the game.
Yeah.
Home court advantage did turn out on my favor. So
Nice. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Good for you, dude. I think
Thank you.
one part of the race that was probably pretty defining and made it a little bit tougher for you at that point. I think you had Vermouth made a great strategy call to jump in the pit lane when you did and go for the
Mhm,
undercut. The one unfortunate thing about that was you guys had some traffic in front of you through
mhm,
that part of the lap where it's very difficult to overtake even with that tire advantage. Just talk us
mhm.
through that lap, that outlap when you pitted, when you see a car in front of you. What's going through your head? You can see the race almost slipping through your hands at that point.
To be honest, once I saw traffic in front, I think me and Vamu were on that outlap and try to push to, I think is it undercut mindset. I was honestly in my mind, I was like, okay, I think this is gonna be over for the both of us because we went on that same strategy and we basically ruined our race. But luckily mindset wasn't too far away when we came to that DRS. We had some traffic, but we were able to push through and use that DRS to our advantage to get closer to mindset. And even though mindset had a better tire advantage, we still made it work. So happy that the race turned out well, unlike ruin the strategy. So yeah, felt good at the end there.
Awesome. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
just looking at the championship tally coming into this race, I think
Hmm.
you have 2 less races than Mindset does, but I think
Hmm.
after tonight you have the most races that you've race wins so far this season in AM1. So that's gonna
Hmm.
mean something, right? You're 3 on the balance. You got the most race wins so far. When does it
Hmm.
stop? Are you ever planning on stopping, or are we just gonna keep winning every week?
Absolutely not. I'm thinking of just winning and winning and winning. That's my mentality right now. The confidence is over the roof after 3 straight wins. I got to keep this
Yeah.
momentum up. I'm not letting up. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna push through every race that I encounter. So I'm not letting my foot off the throttle. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think you said it
Admirable.
to admirable. I think you said it. Confidence is a big thing. Just proving to yourself that
Hmm.
you could do it. I think that's the hardest
Hmm.
part. And now you know you
Hmm.
can do it. So here we go. Final 4 races of the season. Let's see what kind of championship we can get out of AM1 between the top few. Mindset's kind of run away a bit, but
Hmm.
is not out of reach to say the least. So, yeah, congrats again, Pucks. Great race. And any
Thank you.
questions,
Thank you.
Rob, for our P1 finisher tonight?
Of course. You know me. Got loads of questions in my head. So,
You're a quizzical
on the
guy.
straight. Yeah, on the straight. Were you burning a lot, or was just you were just going into none? For the middle sector, because I saw your light flashing a lot. Should I say?
Coming into the final lap, that last DRS.
No, over races, overlaps. I saw you
Oh,
flashing a lot.
I was mixing it up with overtake and hot lap, to be honest. But once there was two cars in front of me, and they were going. One was taking the inside line, one was taking the outside line. I would just keep it on none, save my battery for, like, let's say later if I want to attack her or something. So it was, to be honest, it was a mixture of all three, none and hot lap and overtake. Wasn't using quite medium, maybe just on the corners a bit, to not lose too much pace. But yeah, I think managed ERS pretty well. And yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think on the start as well.
Mhm.
Should I say? I think mindset was kind of almost pulling away.
Mhm.
What was happening there? Did you not find the grip enough? Were the tires just cold for you?
I think the setup might not be race based. Basically, I think I put it too much on the quali side. So yeah, once I saw that mindset was pulling away in lap one, I just used battery. I just focused, and it was a mixture of tires, I think, setup, maybe battery a bit. But once I got into hot lap and used a little bit of ERS, I just knew that if I just stay in mindset's DRS, I'll be okay. So
Coming to the last two laps, what was going through your mind? Since you were on two warnings and
yeah.
anything could have happened, what was
hmm
going through your mind?
To be honest, I was my right foot was kind of shaky. To be honest, I was trying to keep it cool, but at the same time, I was nervous. Obviously, I was stressed out because of two warnings, like you said. But at the end of the day, there's no point of being nervous. Just have some confidence and lock in and do what you got to do, and that's what I did right there. So
Well, congrats on that P1, and winning after you got multiple wins now. So
thank
congrats on
you,
that.
thank you, appreciate it, thank you.
yep, big congrats to you, Pucks. Yeah, we'll see what you can do next week. We got Shanghai next. It's China. So yeah,
hmm
good luck there. Good luck to everybody there on the podium. That's
Thanks.
gonna be it for the interviews tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us on the stream. If you have stayed this long, if you're wanting to see more cost action, this is AM1, so we're actually gonna be back next week. EU3 will be on Tuesday, then the AM tiers get back again on Wednesday. AM2 9 p.m. Eastern, AM1 is 9 p.m. Eastern as well on Thursday. Yeah, we'll hope to see you there for China. See ya.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest of
Contest of
speed.
Speed.
Contest of speed.